too loose. Need to tighten, no took her to Hermes. Got her items up, what it fucked up, and a spider home. Free the guy down the road, got a hide phone. Had my name from the street, not a microphone. Ain't no sleep, she on 2, I took Adderall. Niggas act like they us, but they not at all. Caught the baddest shit that we forgot to call. I put down in my teeth like on power walk. Pretty titties, her whole body sauce off. Hold the back of her head till her jaws locked. I don't care what he do, he a cornball. Extra layers, I'm dressing, I'm stuffed gang. I'm the real one, 2 million on pinky ring. Come through pimping like Pinky without the cane. Niggas thinking they happy, they Eddie Kane. I been putting on this stuff since my baby frame. Walk around with $1, that's pocket change. Niggas think that you smart till you're not your brain. I done brought the rover like I'm the flame. Me and Ski trying to see who the coldest shit. If I see you with bro, I don't know the bitch. Extra stuff every time, extra stuff every time, extra stuff every time when I'm stepping out. Put on stuff every time, put on stuff every time, put on stuff every time when I'm stepping out.
8x8, 36, 0 waste, 3 on 3, my type of date. All this stuff, I might be late. It's all this stuff, 8x8. Stuff is stuff is stuff. Stuff is stuff is stuff. Stuff is stuff is stuff is stuff. Wow, breaking the 9. Inside the spot, you know 3 of them mine. Feel like one oak and they one of a kind. 3 of a kind. Put on my ice and all 3 of them blind. I put grease in my soda, I'm trying to get fried. She rocking that outfit, she trying to get high. Rubbers on rubbers, I never get tired. Bought her that ice and I know she still lying. Brought number 1 on the plane cause she fly. Brought number 2 a new whip, she got dry. Brought number 3 a new Gucci, so dick. Brought number 4 a new sticker, she 5. Brought number 5, she the 5, number 5, number 5, number 5, number 5, number 5. Yeah, one at a time. Yeah. Bring them all of them. Yeah. Wow. 8x8, 36, 0 waste, 3 on 3, my type of date. All this stuff, I might be late. It's all this stuff, 8x8. Stuff is stuff is stuff. Stuff is stuff is stuff. Stuff is stuff is stuff. Wow.
Today, we're going to talk about the early MLB games, find some winners on the ice, and can we please cash a squad ride? This is Behind the Lines.
I feel like we get a Corbin Carroll, Nugenheimer off of something off speed. Can't walk him. Can't get him on the base pass. And I think you got to pitch to him. And I don't know if it's going to end well.
That guy sucks, Jose Ferrer. Sure, he can throw 100 miles an hour. He has no idea where it's going.
There's
Zero
no way
clue.
you're gassing up Ferrer, dude.
Zero clue where it's going. That guy, he might as well be pitching with a blindfold on.
And then Ty Jerome, this is where I will gladly take him to be pork. This is his perfect opportunity to shine, and he's been really good at taking these opportunities. So now that he has every single opportunity in the world, where he's going to be pretty much the only starter in the lineup for a majority of the game against this Pacers defense, gladly I will get involved.
Arrest Zach Campbell. Put him behind steel bars. Get this guy out of here. He is a f***ing loser, a scum, a lowlife who makes people's lives around him significantly worse to benefit his. He's a me guy, the textbook definition of a me guy. What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 693 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your 2 hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. How many times do I have to say it? Do I have to scream it from the mountaintops? Go check out Bookit Sports. If you have not checked it out already, you might live under a fucking rock, like Patrick Starr, literally. Go check out Bookit on the App Store, Google Play, whatever phone you got. If you're a Samsung guy, first off, get an iPhone. Second off, you can still download Bookit, and you can use it on your Android. Go check out Bookit Sports, the best bet tracking app out there by far. All right, go give it a peep. Jovan, keeping that smile in. Try to be nice to the Android users today. Changing the box.
I did not expect some Android dissing immediately. Unbelievable.
I know. Hey, it's okay. People have their own preferences. That was a nasty strike. That's on me. Props and chops. All right. Oh, is that a base hit by Eddie Rosario? Get down the line. Or Ahmed? Get down the line, Ahmed.
Double.
There's a double. Does that cash his fantasy score? Come on.
That does, Krabs.
It does. Sure we can.
Right. So you already got a hit? Yeah.
You already had a single. Let's fucking go, Jovan. Great start to the day today. How we doing, chat? WTMA earlier today with Mikey, with LC, with Joshy. Great vibes. Hilarious. They were asking the AI a bunch of random ass questions. That shit was funny as hell. If you guys missed that, go check out TMA on the YouTube. You can always go back and rewatch, and do me a favor, drop a like. All right, Mikey's been fucking grinding. Go check it out. Go peep it and drop a like on the YouTube. Okay? Let's go, Rosario. Jovan, you said the one thing he's good for, hitting lefties. He's got 2 hits.
The only reason he still is employed by any team.
Let's fucking go. We got James Wood up there with no outs. Let's see if he can get another hit against a lefty. All right. W's. Hey, we got a lot to get to today, guys. A lot to get to. W followers coming in. W stream yesterday as well. Getting the subbies up above 3K. We are going to do a 24-hour stream. I've not posted about it yet, but we are going to do a 24-hour stream Friday and Saturday. Okay, we're going to do 12 hours on Friday from BTL through the night, and we're going to do 12 hours on Saturday from around noon Eastern, maybe a little bit later, for 12 hours. We're going to do a 2-piece, 24-hour stream this weekend. We got to get it done. We owe you guys one. It's been too long. Jovan, you fucking ready, bro?
So ready, Krabs.
Let's go. Let's go. It's time to bring a goddamn championship to Colorado, man. It's time, right?
You're just going to run a QB power 17 times again?
A lot of screens.
So many screens. Screens and QB power. This is the only 2 plays in the Krabs playbook.
A lot of screens. Okay. All right, W's chat. We got a hype train moving and grooving. How about that? A hype train 2 minutes in. Love to see that. All right. A lot to get to today. Let's go ahead and start the recaps. We got to figure out the squad rides.
Terrific.
A couple L's in a row here.
Terrific.
Not good. Not good.
21 left on base. Bases loaded left 4 times. So certain.
Yep.
So certain.
Yep.
I don't know that I've seen the bases left loaded that many times in a game. Once.
Yep. Cancel date night, guys. We got a 24-hour stream this weekend. Get the flowers ready. You're going to need them. Get that date night canceled. Reschedule that puppy. Move that shit to Sunday or Monday. All right. Rooker Bonds did want it last night, but still.
Rooker had a legacy game without a nuke. I rarely see that.
Yep. YouTube chat. What's up, boys? We got Chiote in the chat saying Ferrer needs to get deported. Come on, Chiote. Jesus. Is he that bad? His words, not mine. YouTube chat, how we doing? Can we get a roll call going? I know we got more goats in there than Chiote. We got Chiote, Luke, Newman, and William in the YouTube chat. I know we got more than 3 people chilling over there. Show yourselves. All right, I want to see who's lurking over there. When is the 24-hour? 24-hour will be Friday and Saturday. We're going to do 2 12 pieces. All right, 2 12-hour streams, Friday and Saturday. Okay, that way you guys can stay up with us, and it makes the most sense watching all the games and shit. All right? Can we get a Nate Lau base knock here? James Wood got out. I'm sweating out that 2-piece on prize picks. We already cashed Rosario. Need 2 more earned runs against Logan Allen here. One would be huge right now, Jovan. Come on. Come on. Snacks, you guys literally preferred that the last time we brought this up. So I don't know what the hell you guys want me to do. That was literally requested that we do 2 12-hour streams. So
quite literally
I don't know.
A chat unanimous decision.
We literally voted on it. We voted on it.
You can get it up and moving, though, if you want to do a 24-hour yourself, Snacks.
It's all good, bro. All right, guys. Let's lock in. Let's take a peep at the Sharp report because we got some work to do after yesterday. Jesus Christ. Besides your MVP, Jovan, pretty much all cake.
So much cake. A lot of cake. MVP goated, even though they ended up getting smacked the very next inning. But everything else cake.
Might need to leave the overs at the door.
No, don't say that.
I need to leave them.
Don't say that, guys. The second
hit.
you say that is the second we get back in.
Well, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Sure.
Okay.
Couldn't even
2 and 3 from me. Not good enough either.
Jinx Judge into one yesterday, Krabs.
Dude, not even I could fucking jinx Judge in the sucking, right? Yeah. He's fucking locked in right now, dude. He's actually that good. He had another home run last night, although it would not have been a home run in a lot of parks probably because they have that Make-A-Wish right field. It's way shorter and kind of a cheat life hack for the Yankees, and that's kind of the epitome of the Yankees right there. Shortcuts and cheating, right? That's what they're all about. That's why the baseball gods don't give them championships anymore because they take shortcuts and they cheat. We'll talk more about the Yankees in a moment. Something you guys won't expect, okay? For now, let's go ahead and recap some other things. Excuse me. Dinger Tuesday. Let's take a peep at that. How about it, Jovan?
Shout out Krabs. Tony Taters. Oh, my Pax Piss with a 20-piece.
Pax fucking. No way we got Pax fucking dropping a 20-unit sub whale at the same time as an Alex Call at bat with 2 runners on base.
How do we connect the two, Krabs? How do we connect the two?
It doesn't get better than this. It doesn't. This is peak right here, boys. A Pax Picks 20U sub whale and an Alex Call AB 2-1 count. He's got the advantage. It doesn't get better. Remember this day. Remember this moment. And immediate fly up. That's foul. He's got life. Come on, call. Come on, call. I did not bet the Nats today, guys. Just sitting this one out, rooting for him. Old school. Okay, I got that 2-piece on Prize Picks. We're moving to grooving. No more squad rides with me, boots on ground. I was in Moose last night. Big Cheesy. That's on us, bro. That's not on you. That's on us, as always, when the squad rides lose. It's not on you guys. We might give you shit. We might chirp you. Just like you guys chirp us, but it's all love. And at the end of the day, it's our fault for not giving you 100% winners in the poll. That's our fucking job. Right? We let you guys pick from all the winners. Our job is to give you all winners. That's it. Not a loser in sight. Got to be better. Got to be better. Full count for Alex Call here. All right. Jovan, we got one more thing to recap, and then we're going to take a peep at the 2 games starting up here soon. All right. But real quick, can we take a peep at the 2-piece, TNT 2-piece here? Excuse me.
You want
How about Struce?
Splooge for Alex Call first?
Alex Call with a base hit. Alex Call might be fucking better than James Wood at this point. I don't even know what to say. Alex Call. Are you kidding me? Let's fucking go, dude. 2-0.
Krabs literally just oozed.
Alex Call almost just took Logan Allen out of the game. He hit it right back up the middle. Did you see his first fucking hit, Jovan? It was a foot under the strike zone. He hit a fucking opposite field, almost a nuke off the right field wall. Alex Call is dialed in. You don't see guys this dialed. Put him in the lineup every day. Send Josh Bell packing. Send him packing. DH James Wood if you have to. I don't give a shit. Do what you got to do. Come on, K-Bear. Let's cash this lineup right now in the 3rd inning. Come on. Demon time.
Look, I'm really scared of K-Bert.
He should be.
Really scared.
I'd be scared of K-Bear too. Great offensive catcher. Gets no respect.
Sure.
All right. We recapped everything. Real quick. I want to take a peep at the 2 games starting up here soon before Steam Krabs, because who knows how fucking long it's going to take. Houston and Milwaukee, Jovan. Do you have any thoughts on Framber Valdez and Quinn Priester?
Yeah, I mean, Quinn Priester coming off of probably the worst outing, one of the worst outings in the MLB so far this year. Came in after the opener and gave up like 7 runs in an inning, so he was really bad. Brewers, horrible against lefties. Framber, obviously one of the better ones in the league, so I can't get myself to take anything in this game, but I probably would lean sticking with what I know, and that's fading the Brewers against lefties, but they'll probably get better at it at some point.
I feel like a little kid right now that just pulled up to Disney World with his family for the first time. I feel like I'm on cloud 9. I thought it couldn't get better than earlier with the 20 sub bangs coming in at the same time as an Alex Call AB. Boy, was I wrong, Jovan. We've got bases loaded with Luis Garcia up at the fucking dish.
Perhaps.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? At 12:49 p.m. Eastern.
You're splooging like this is World Series Game 7 and we're about to close it out.
Today. We're having a day.
This is unreal.
Come on. Hype train's moving a groove, and we got Nuke A5U. I don't know what that means, but I like it. Coming in resubbing for 3 months. Goat it. Let's also not forget we got Pax Picks coming in. Wait a second. Is it his birthday? No shots.
Way, it's Pax's birthday.
Oh my gosh. It is his birthday. He says he needs a birthday squad ride W. Can we all drop some happy birthdays for Pax Picks in the chat? Drop them. Come on. Come on. And we got in-play runs, apparently. Oh, Garcia. Is that a gapper or is that a sack fly? That's a sack fly, and that's a cash prize picks lineup 2 days in a row. Come on, Jovan.
You're him, Krabs.
Come on, Jovan. We can move on. Hashtag attitude. Let's fucking go, dude. Garcia. Him. All right. Pittsburgh and St. Louis. How do we fade Pittsburgh's offense and Sonny Gray at the same time? Might be impossible. Might have to sit it out.
I don't know if you can do both of those, Krabs. Is there like a feasible way to do both of those? I don't know if there is.
Probably not. Might have to sit that one out. You have any other thoughts on Keller versus Sonny Gray and Pitt St. Louis?
I don't know if Mitch Keller pitches all that well, to be honest with you. He's slowly becoming more of a fly ball pitcher. Cardinals offense loves to put the ball in the air, so it's probably not good news. Also, I mean, I would say I'm a little shocked the line's this large in favor of Sonny Gray, to be honest with you.
Huh. Yeah. Maybe he's still getting some of that leftover line respect in the previous couple of years, being a beast. But, yeah, I mean, we kind of sniffed out Sonny Gray having a regression season before the year started, and it's kind of here. And And what do you know? Dylan Cruz getting outs. Runners on base. Shocker. Yeah, Jovan, I'm not loving these too early games, man.
One RISP hit yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, he got his first runner in scoring position hit yesterday. Isn't that embarrassing?
Yeah, really bad.
It's bad.
Really bad. Still 9 stolen bases, though.
Yeah, he's doing job. It's impressive, right? Guys, I'm not loving any plays in these early games. I wish I liked something better for you, but we got 2 low totals. We got some interesting angles here with these pitchers. Some guys who people like, but they really haven't been pitching well all year. All 4 of these guys. Framber, Quinn Priester started out great, but he's kind of come back down to earth. He might just not be good. Mitch Keller and Sonny Gray both have 4 ERAs after some pretty good seasons back-to-back. And the totals in these games are at 7.5. Weird vibes. Feel like they're probably going under somehow, some way. I don't know how. So I'm going to stay off. At least one of those 2 games are going under. So I'm out. I'm out of those games. Okay. I got something better for you guys. And again, can we all wish Pax Picks a happy birthday? I did not see nearly, I don't think I saw any in the chat. Can we get some happy birthday Pax Picks going? He dropped 20 subbies, guys. He dropped bits. Can we get some W Pax Picks? Can we get some happy birthdays from our man? Let's fucking go, dudes. Appreciate you, Beast. All right. I got something important we got to talk about here. All right. Goots, if you don't mind, I'm trying to get mad. Run that shit. Jovan, man, I think I figured out why I hate the Yankees so much. I think I finally cracked the code. Here. You want to take a guess on why I hate the New York Yankees so much?
Let's hear it, Krabs.
I hate the Yankees because they are the Cowboys. They are the same. The New York Yankees are the Dallas Cowboys. They operate the same. They think they're the same. They both think they're better than everybody else, right? They both got, clueless owners who go out and they, bring in veterans in the offseason every year and it never fucking works out. They're the same. I think I've started to take some of my hatred of the Cowboys out on the Yankees. I'm starting to figure out why I don't like this Yankees team, right? Because why would I hate the Yankees? It's not like I'm a fan of any teams in the division, really. I mean, low-key, kind of like the Red Sox a little bit, used to as a kid, but I'm a huge Nats fan, as you guys know. So no reason why I should hate the Yankees as much. I'm blaming the Cowboys. And what do you know, Jovan? They pulled another Yankees-type move here, bringing in George Pickens. Surely this works out for the Dallas Cowboys. Surely bringing in another veteran here who's toxic, a cancer in the locker room, a me guy. Surely that helps out this Cowboys team that already has plenty of those. Jerry Jones, my man, you did it again. Incredible. Here's what I can't figure out, Jovan. We know all wide receivers are divas, right? Every single one, besides Terry McLaurin, who's just an absolute goat and a saint, right? They're all divas. But there's a difference between being a diva and a dumbass, right? There's a difference between being a me guy and being a lunatic. George Pickens has done and said some crazy shit over the years. If Mike Tomlin can't get George Pickens to lock in 3 or 4 seasons, how the hell is Brian Schottenheimer going to get George Pickens to lock in? Who the fuck gives a shit about what Brian Schottenheimer has to say? If Mike Tomlin can't get to his head, one of the best coaches in the NFL, how is Schottenheimer going to do it? What, Pickens is just going to all of a sudden turn into a team player? No. Another terrible move by the Cowboys. And people are thinking, oh, you're a Commanders fan. You should be scared by this. Couldn't be less scared. This reminds me exactly what Dan Schneider used to do back in the day. This is exactly what the Yankees do right now. The shit doesn't work. You can't take shortcuts, man. And you can't bring in toxic cancers to the team, the locker room, and expect different results or guys to change. The Cowboys did it again, Jovan. Could not be less scared.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's like this big needle-moving move that everybody is trying to make it to be. We got like the same cycle of everything where the second somebody gets traded to a bigger market team, we act like they're the greatest player of all time, which I don't think he is. I think George Pickens has been a little overrated ever since he got in the league, but I do think it's like a last stand move for Dak, being that Pickens is also on the same timeline now. It's like I'll say it's a decent move by Jerry Jones. Obviously, you add to the wide receiver room, but it's also like you got to find out if there's anything there for you to build on with Dak. If you're just going to let him go, or if this is going to be it, or if you're actually going to commit to him again. It's like you got to get him something in the wide receiver room so he's not thrown to fucking Ryan Flournoy or however you say his name in Monday Night Football against the Texans. So you got to do something. It's like, I mean, they definitely could have made a lot worse moves.
Do you think there's a reason why the Steelers gave him away from an empty bag of chips, right? You think there's maybe a reason why they were willing to give him away for nothing?
Yeah, there is.
Why do you think it is?
I mean, it's because of the locker room stuff, but like this isn't as of right now. This is not like a long-term plan for the Cowboys. I don't think. I think this is you can go out there and get a good wide receiver for cheap because of what he is in the locker room, and you need something in the wide receiver room because this is a prove it year for Dak, prove it year for pretty much everybody in the offense. So like, why not? I guess it's not going to be anything great in the locker room, but what else are you going to do?
You could bring in a guy who's a good teammate, helps the team win games. That's what I would do.
I think if you're in this situation where it's a year, you have to bring in the best talent available.
Okay.
Just to see.
I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm not saying that this is like the move that's going to propel them to the actual this being the Cowboys' year. No, but like you're getting something in the wide receiver room to help Dak out. That's fine in my eyes.
I'm calling it right now. He doesn't make it through the whole season on this team.
That's crazy.
I'm calling it right now. It's going to blow up in their faces, and it's going to be another bust move by Jerry. I'm looking at what the Commanders just did, where they got all the bad people out of here. They brought in all good people, hardworking people, people who care, team players, team guys. And look at what it's done to the org. Night and day. And then you look down at what's going on in Dallas with Jerry, and you're asking yourselves, he's doing the exact opposite. What the fuck is he thinking? And he's been doing it for years, and that's probably why they're not winning. I just don't get why he does the same things over and over again. It's Dan Schneider 2.0. It's like when Dan Schneider would bring in all these veterans who were me guys and all they cared about was themselves and they weren't good teammates. It doesn't work.
I think it's a little different though, because like I think if you're George Pickens, you're going into this with a little different of a mindset. Like obviously, I mean, how much can you say that with George Pickens? You don't really know, but like he's going into a wide receiver room. First of all, he's going to Dallas where he knows he's going to be there for a year and very likely end up going somewhere else. But he's also going into a wide receiver room with CeeDee Lamb. Like it's not like you're in this wide receiver room with Scotty Miller and Ben Skoranek that has no hope as an offense. Like you actually have somewhat of hope with one of the best wide receivers in the league right next to you. So he's probably going to be bitching a little less. Plus, you already know it's a 1 year thing. If it goes well, I'm sure there'll be talks to bring it back. Same with Dak, but I don't see the parallel between this situation and the Steelers. So I think it'll be fine.
Okay. I think there's a reason why Mike Tomlin was willing to give up a really good wide receiver for pretty much just a third-round pick. They would do anything to get him off that team. Dude's a cancer to the locker room. Get him out of there. Typical Cowboys move in my brain. We'll see how it plays out. My prediction does not work out well.
I just think it's a locker room thing. So, like, you know who also was a cancer in the locker room at the place they were prior? It's Stephon Diggs. Like, he was perfectly fine. Obviously, ended up getting injured, but it wasn't like a team culture problem in Houston necessarily, and I think it fit. It's like, especially with this being a 1 year project, which again, I think is more about Dak than about the team. I think it is what it is. It's fine.
All right. We'll see how it plays out. My prediction, it does not go very well. Typical Jerry Jones move, typical Cowboys move. We'll see how it plays out. Very curious and not scared. W Money Talk Sports coming in resubbing. W moved by the Cowboys. Pickens is very diva-like, though. Cowboys fan here. W Money Talk Sports. Appreciate the resub, Beast. Excuse me. W's. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Enough talking about the Cowboys. Enough talking about Pickens and use
talk about
get a move name.
Can we talk about? I mean, people think you're crazy in the chat for that take, but I think it's a fair take. Even more insane is the fact that you're just ripping V8s, like just vegetable juice on your couch.
No way we're bringing up the V8s.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing there, Krabs?
Look, man, I'm trying to be healthy, trying to be good. What's wrong with cracking a V8? You know, during the Caps game.
Cracking
What's
a
wrong
V8,
with sitting
dude.
down, trying
Is
to
this a
take a breath,
Coors Light,
relax,
Krabs? It's
enjoy your night
vegetable
and-
juice.
What's wrong with cracking an ice cold V8 on a Tuesday night, huh? During a Caps game. I don't
That's
see a problem with
just-
it.
I respect like the health part of it. Obviously, it's vegetable juice, but like, just I think
Oh,
like
man.
going home and saying I'm just gonna crack a V8 watching the Caps game, like you need to be put in an asylum, like an insane asylum.
Well, that's what everybody in the chat was saying. Everybody was replying saying you are a nut job for cracking up in a V8. People are telling me V8s aren't even healthy. They're saying it's fake healthy, fake sharp. Be drinking V8s. Incredible.
Fake sharp.
How is that
fake
not
sharp
healthy? It's
V8s?
fucking, I mean, who would have thought?
You just have like canned V8 in the house, just like boxes of them just sitting there.
Bro, I'm about to go crack one right now if you keep talking shit about it. Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, you're at home and you're like, let me just go ahead and crack open a tomato.
You know what?
Let's
I'm gonna go
drink
get
it
one.
no
okay.
way he's about to go get one right now.
I'm cracking a V8.
You're wasting
No.
the one you're gonna crack tonight.
Dude, this is unbelievable. There's no way we're doing this right now, chat. There's actually no way we're
one
doing
V8
this.
a day because it's got 60% of your daily sodium intake in one fucking can. So this will be my only V8 today. Cheers.
Just there's no way you enjoy that.
60 calories,
You look like you're about to yak that up on first sip.
920 milligrams of sodium. Holy shit. How do they even fit all that salt in here, bro? Dude, this shit's gas. Ice cold. I feel like I did just crack a Coors Light with those commercials with the Blue Mountains on the can.
Bro.
Woo. I'm standing on business here, boys. I'm getting my veggies in. If I got to do it through a nasty drink, I'm doing it.
Why don't you like go to like a clean juice or like somewhere like we have down here, get a smoothie or something? Like we're just cracking V8s, just cracking vegetable juice just for shits.
Yep. Well, now I got to stand on it. I can't give up.
It's just unreal.
I'll bring you a couple down to Dallas next week when I get down there.
Please don't. Please do not.
Text me your address. I'll ship a couple there ahead of time. That way I have enough inventory for myself. Okay?
Krabs, every
That's-
sip, it looks like it's impossible for you to swallow them.
No,
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's so good. I can't even fucking cap. It tastes like dog shit.
Dude.
It tastes like shitty Panera tomato bisque watered down.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Ugh. All right. I tried to prove a point, but I can only stand on business so far. Let's move on so I don't have to fucking drink this V8 anymore, man.
Dude.
Although I will say I feel like $100 today. I feel great after cranking open that V8 last night and this one today. But yeah, I asked my buddy who is a doctor, and he said, yeah, V8s are he pretty much said in doctor's terms, fake sharp
Yeah.
with all the sodium. The you get your veggies, but you're not getting any nutrients. There's no fiber in there, right? You're getting like
Right, go
half the
ahead.
actual vegetable nutrients. So
Go ahead and get a
Kinda fake
smoothie,
sharp.
man. Fuck your
kinda fake
Coors
sharp.
Light can.
yep. All right, let me take one more gulp and then we'll move on.
Dude. That's unbelievable.
Now, what if I could make this a little crazier? What if I told you that I don't even like tomatoes?
I mean, just like, what are we doing here?
I've never gotten tomatoes on a burger, on a salad. Those cherry tomatoes, I'm throwing them in the fucking trash can like I'm Steph Curry.
I mean, like, I don't really like care for tomatoes either. Like, I'll have them and stuff, but like, I'm not getting them on like a burger. But like, that means why the fuck would you have cans of tomato juice?
I don't know. I like ketchup. I hate tomatoes. V8, kind of in the middle. You know what? It's kind of grown on me a little bit.
Dude. It's just like,
I think I'm back in.
I feel like there are so many better options. It just feels like you're intentionally making it tough on yourself. You're handouting yourself, which is wild.
Yeah. You know how I feel about handouts. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move and groove. You guys want to talk about some games? You want to talk about some plays today? So adults can't wear gloves to a game, but you can drink canned tomato juice. Well, yeah. 100%. That makes a lot of sense to me. Also, did anybody see that video of the dad who caught a baseball with his daughter on his shoulders and she covered up his face and he caught it with his eyes closed? That was fucking crazy. That was a W clip. That's the one excuse I'll give a guy a pass for wearing a glove to a game in that scenario. He gets a pass. That gentleman. Every loss with the Buffs equals a V8. Christ. We're going to have to try to win a goddamn natty.
We definitely need some V8 punishment that I will join on to for something we do on stream, for sure.
No way you're actually going to get involved with some V8s.
I mean, I'll have to. Yeah, we'll have to bring something out.
Can you shotgun a V8, Krabs? I'm sure you could. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. The funniest reply to the tweet, by the way, and then we'll move on. Funniest reply, somebody said that's a Zach Hampel type drink. And I was like, no, Zach Hampel's drinking a 50-ounce soda with candy in his other hand. Zach Hampel, his brain cannot even comprehend drinking a V8. V8's an adult drink. It's an old person drink.
Yeah, Zach Hampel's drinking Capri Suns and big gulps.
Unbelievable. All right, let's move. Let's groove. No mac and cheese in sight, just V8s. Why don't we talk about some sharp report plays for today, huh? Sure we can. Had to sneak in that mac and cheese hate. Jovan, a lot of early games today.
A lot of them.
All right, let's hope we can weed around the early cake. All right, let's get the party started. Cubs ML. Look, this is mainly a Robbie Ray fade, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit too once we get to the prize pick squares. But the Giants have not lost a game that Robbie Ray started this season. Okay? They're losing today. That changes. I'm seeing this guy, Brown on the bump for the Cubs, who's not great. Young arm, got a 5 ERA. He's been up and down. He's had a couple decent outings, but overall, he's not been great. He's minus 160, minus 170 against Robbie Ray, who is still yet to lose a game this season. What are we doing? Who's making this line? I know the Cubs are home. I know the Cubs are good. They get line respect. I think they're good. The Giants have the same record as them. Weird. I will lay juice. And I will take the Cubs on the ML. It is what it is. I know it's minus 165. Look, we got to do with what we can with this slate today. Okay, a lot of early starts. And I know this one starts up right after BTL, but the Cubs are winning this game. So I'm not going to pigeonhole myself and force a late night play that I don't love as much as the Cubbies. They win this game. It sucks that it starts early, but Robbie Ray gets his first loss. And the Cubbies are going to be running wild against Robbie Ray. Go look at some of his prize pick squares today if you don't believe me. I think he gets knocked up.
I agree. Easily the toughest matchup Robbie Ray's had all year. Cubs, great against lefties, don't strike out against lefties. They even have lefties that, I don't know, in their lineup that do all that, like Kyle Tucker, which is what he's worst against. So it's all beautiful.
Let's fucking go. Hopefully we can get enough out of Brown up there on the bump. But look, the total's at 7.5. I feel like if he was going to get mucked up, the total will be higher because we already know Robbie Ray is. Right? But the total will be a little higher. All right. Fade and Robbie Ray back in the Cubbies on the ML.
Sure.
Okay. Dobbs, thoughts on first 5 over under for the Cubs game, Rowdy? Yeah, I mean, I would lean the over. I would lean the over if I had to take it because I think Robbie Ray gets mucked up. Don't love it, though. I don't love it. I'd rather just put 1.5 units on the Cubs money line. Okay? What's up, Geek Goot? Good to see you lurking in chat, my man. Been a while. W Geek Goot. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Jovan, I want to see your first play of the day today. How about another over?
Yep. Which I was probably like first play off of one yesterday or off of the sharp report yesterday because I don't know, like the other plays better. Obviously didn't work out, but that game didn't happen anyway. So we have the same matchup rehashed again today. I think Dolander, we talked about this yesterday, and I'm sure we'll talk about it some more. I think he gets mucked today. He just had that incredible start against the Braves, which nobody was expecting because he had a big barrel problem. Obviously, the Braves are one of the worst teams to take advantage of that against, or one of the best teams that could have taken advantage of that, and they didn't. They struck out a ton. He even left the start early, but still absolutely dominated them in what I think was a 2-1 game in Coors. Super rare, but now he gets to see a Tigers team that is seeing beach balls, has a bunch of lefties that have been barreling up the baseball like crazy, especially the guys at the top of the lineup. And Kerry Carp, Riley Green, even like Colt Keefe is heating up. A lot of the other guys are just seeing absolute beach balls. And for the record, Riley Green, just for the sake of it, will of course be ran back. Still have that Dinger Tuesday straight put back in. because didn't get to go yesterday. Going to take it again today. I think the Tigers offense absolutely splooges, but on the other side, we do have Jackson Jobe, who I think can strike out the Rockies a shit ton. Pretty much anybody can, but it is still a guy's first start in Coors. It's not like a summer Coors where you have the best hitting conditions of all time, but it's a guy's first start in Coors and a guy whose stuff is kind of questionable to see how it's going to translate in Coors. So I'm interested to see. It's obviously like the Rockies have hit rock bottom, I think, as an offense. Some guys like Bookie McMahon are starting to heat up. You got Brenton Doyle back in the lineup. So I think they can get a couple off of him, and maybe they get something off the bullpen. I don't think they'll be completely shut down in this game, but I think the Tigers offense is quite obviously what I'm banking on. The other part too, I mean, the ML is creeping back towards the Rockies a little bit, which I think if it ends up being like the sharp side that pays out, I don't think it's going to be because the Tigers are not scoring runs. I think it's going to be because Jobe has a little bit of a tough time against the Rockies. Maybe a little inefficiency. We'll see how that plays out, but rolling with the over, which is moving up.
Yeah, it is on the move. I can see some runs in this game. Opened up at 9.5. Now we're seeing 10s aloof. Fading Jobe in his debut in Coors. Sure. Okay.
Sure.
I'm in. I'm obviously a little bit triggered by any overs after yesterday, but you convinced me. I like this play. Okay. Not sure if we get a game tonight either. Denver weather report here. Shit.
Those are the only games that I swear happen every time we see that it's going to get canceled in chat. Those have a 0% postponed rate.
Are we going to talk about Soroka, or are we just going to not care and act like the Nats aren't playing pretty good ball right now?
I mean, the Nats, Soroka's grinding.
7 strikeouts, Tremont.
Got it.
He's up there, isn't he? He's only got 58 pitches as well. All right. Well, we'll see how that start ends up. W. Goots, keep me in line. Swing it around for me too, Goots, will you? I got another straight bet for you peeps. How about an over? As I'm chirping Jovan putting overs on the card, I got one for you guys as well. The contrarian way.
Back to it.
I can't resist. I'm sorry. If this loses, you won't see an over on my card the rest of the week. Straight up. I'll be putting myself in over timeout because they have not been treating us well. But I did not hear no bell. I think it's pretty ridiculous seeing where this total's at, Jovan. And I think you agree with me when we talked about it before the show. Look, the first 2 games of this series soared under. Okay. Actually, the first game didn't soar under. It snuck under. Last night soared. Yep. Last night soared, though. Tonight, with debatably the best arms in the bump, or at least the best, pitcher's duel of the group. You got the total still at 9.5. It's actually higher than last night right now, which is ridiculous to me. Then you go look at some of the prize pick squares. You'll start to realize, I think, why this total is so high. Looks like to me the Mets might be getting a Merrill Kelly. And I wouldn't be shocked if the D-backs put up a couple against Kodai Senga as well, which is pretty rare. Looking at his 1 ERA and how good he's pitched when he's healthy over the last couple years. This total's up to 9.5 after yesterday's snooze fest with these pitchers on the bump and the prize pick squares. They're disrespecting these guys like they're both about to get shelled. The hell's going on? We're getting runs. We're getting an over. I didn't hear no bell. At this point, nobody has the soul to lock in an over in this series after getting burned the first 2 games with those sharp overs. This is exactly when we want to hop back in here and take the over in this game. We're getting runs probably early and often, if I had to guess, against both starting pitchers, especially Kelly.
Yeah, this total reminds me a lot of the Hunter Green start in Baltimore, where the total felt obviously like the ML was very telling in itself that he was a dog to Brandon Young, but the total, I guess, was really what told all with how good he had been leading up to that start, which Kodai Senga, very, very similar. And what do you know? That's the start with the highest total of the series, and he's getting absolutely blown up. So I think it definitely reminds me of the same. Plus, he just saw this team and was not very efficient, even though he only gave up 1 run in the start. He only made it through 4 on just about 90 pitches. So they're making him work. They were seeing a lot from him. So now I think they're going to finally get to him. So, and again, toughest matchup. Kodai's been good, but respectfully, other than the first D-back start that he had, which was his last, Nats, Cardinals, A's, Marlins twice does not really move me.
Right. Really good looking splits in this game as well. I know it doesn't mean a ton, but certainly doesn't mean nothing. And sure, Kaprizov, the total's probably back to 9. Tell you why. It's because it's getting 65% of the bets. but less than half the handle.
Also,
because
probably because of Ketel Marte.
Ketel Marte getting rolled out, which on paper looks bad for the over, but if you watch his at-bats of late, it's probably actually good for the over today because he looks like he's swinging with dental floss. Yep. Now he gets a pass. He's fucking goated. He's coming back from an injury. He'll figure it out. He always does. But that's actually a good thing for the over today. Even if it's dropping, all the squares are saying, holy shit, best players out. 2 straight unders in this series. Kodai Senga, 1.38 ERA. Merrill Kelly, big name guy who's been great over the years. It's probably a nuke of an under for most people. I see everybody in the chat saying they love the under, right? They're all pissed that I'm talking about this. Definitely giving me Hunter Green and Baltimore vibes. Kind of giving me mini Mag vibes. And I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
I'll leave it at that. Maybe Pavin Smith gets up and moving today. Would love to see that.
That'd be a good matchup there.
Sure we can. All right. Runs. 2 words, chat. Runs. We're getting them tonight. Jovan, you got another straight bet for the peeps?
Take it to the Braves, Krabs. We do have Hunter Green on the mound, which I was really shocked.
Fading Hunter Green.
Yeah, fading Hunter Green. I was shocked that he is a dog to Grant Holmes. And I know the Reds have been awful, but Hunter Green always gets the line respect regardless. But he's a dog to Grant Holmes coming off of, easily his best start of the season, I would say, despite like some of the scoreless ones he had at the start of the year. He just threw 114 pitches, 12 Ks against your Nats. What was probably one of the grittiest starts. I don't know how he got through that in the back half of that start, but incredible start through the rain delay. Now he gets to pitch off of that high pitch count, which is a season high, and he hasn't gone over that in like 2 years now. He gets to pitch off of that on short rest, Krabs, against the Braves team where, sure, he can get the strikeouts, even though, the books are definitely telling you he's not because his line is lower than it was, which is odd because the Braves, if you know anything about them, they strike out a shit ton against a lot of these high-velocity pitchers and just in general, so you would think strikeouts would be just as high, if not higher, because the Nats don't really strike out nearly as much, even though they did in that start. But strikeout line's lower. He's coming off a short rest, only 4 days rest. Now he gets to pitch against a Braves team where this is like the entirety of the argument against Hunter Green this year is he's going to give up home runs. He's going to get plenty of strikeouts when he plays a team that can do both. Kind of disaster scenario. He doesn't have to go out there and get absolutely rocked. It's not like Gallen in the sense where you're going to have a lot of foot traffic. It's going to be consistent, just inefficiency. It's the damage when it comes, the contact when it comes, it's going to be very loud. So when you have Matt Olson in there, when you have Acuna, or when he comes back, when they have Albies, that whole team as a whole, they set up really well against pitchers like this. And right now, even though the series has been relatively low scoring, it's probably not going to be today. Not as low scoring. So I think the Braves offense comes out, has a little bit of a day. Am I worried about the Grant Holmes regression coming from that last start as well, where he was sigh against the Dodgers? Sure. But I think this will be a tight game all the way through. I think the Braves edge out the starting pitching battle, and then God forbid we need the bullpen because there's definitely an edge there with the Reds compared to the Braves.
Unbelievable sell job. I was already in on this play. Fading Hunter Green after that legacy start. He could have had me there, but now I really want to fucking take it. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
And this is the first as well, Jovan. Somebody called Guinness. We got a new record here, new world record. I've now been chirped in Spanish in the chat. I had to actually Google this one. I didn't even know what that meant.
What does it
Puro
say?
Pinche? I think it means, oh, how fucking stupid at Krabs, is what Google Translate's telling me. That's a first, folks. That is a first. Wow, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
It's pretty incredible.
Sure. Total Slayer, Krabs, if we get 10 Ks from Soroka, can we get a tweet at Trent about him getting one before Skeens? Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
We got to get there first, Total Slayer.
Imagine Mike Soroka gets 10 Ks and 2 starts before Skeens gets 1.
1.5 starts. I think he got pulled early from that first one, too. He's hurt. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't know how much longer Soroka's going to go because he's definitely on a pitch count in his first start back, but he's only at 60 pitches. So pretty crazy. And he's at 67 pitches and he has 8 strikeouts. We'll see if they put him out there again after a doubleheader yesterday. They might have to risk it. Put him out there again, save the bullpen another inning.
Too. Even though this is kind of the black hole guards lineup they put out today, but still pretty impressive.
Mike Rizzo right now splooging in the suite at Nats Park. I guarantee he's probably lighting up a stogie. He's a big stogie guy. Big time stogie guy. He's probably lighting one up right now.
Has
in
to
the
be.
fucking box. because that was a questioned move this offseason, paying Soroka to come in, right? We'll see how it works out. He's still going to finish the start today, but I like what I'm saying. Let's fucking go, boys.
Yeah.
Come on. No way Alex Call just got another leadoff hit as well. Oh, no. Nate Lau walk. Alex Call's up. Let's fucking go. Gootsy, swinging around for me, will ya? I got one more straight bet here for the peeps. Give me the Panthers on the ML. Jovan, I think I saw that on your card as well. Little consensus quake here. Panthers on the ice. Could be a good sign here. I don't think they go down 0-2. Thought it was a great sign seeing them catching steam here on the road once again after Toronto pulled off that, great win in game 1 at home. Not seeing them win 2 in a row here. Thought it was pretty weird seeing Florida catching 20 cents of steam in this spot. I'm willing to tip cap if they lose the first 2 games of the series. I'll take the Panthers here on the ML after that unbelievable game where they lost 5-4. Incredible game. Thought about maybe taking the under in this one, but I'm going to take my under coins from the Caps game and fucking run because that's the first under I've hit on the ice in a minute. And instead, I'll take the Panthers, who are not going down 0-2 to win a game in the series. Jovan, feel free to hop in. We'll swing around to your plays as well because that puppy's on there.
Yeah, I'm with you. And
Yep.
It comes with like a couple things, I guess. The fact that somebody pointed this out. I saw a tweet about it. It was like the Panthers really this was game 1 was their first real road game of the playoffs because doesn't really count the travel back and forth and I guess the somewhat friendly home environment of Tampa because they're really not going anywhere. That was not like a punch you in the mouth road environment. Toronto very obviously is. So early in the game, they got punched in the mouth. And I think the couple areas where I guess I don't think it'll carry over. First of all, you have Stolarz, which is, the hottest goalie, one of the hottest goalies in all of the NHL, certainly was for the second half of the year going into the playoffs. He got hit in the head, so he's not going to be in net. Wall's going to be in net. Do I think it's going to be similar to when he had to come in and then that's when the Panthers came back? No, not necessarily, but not having your guy in there who was like the rock and I don't know, really helped out the defense when they slipped up for the few times they did in the regular season. That kind of sucks. I'm not a Wall believer either. But when you have that combined with the fact that I do think the third period kind of let the Panthers build some momentum, and for a team that A, badly needed that, B, is kind of this team that feeds off of momentum, feeds off of being more physical than you, feeds off of being the tougher team in any given scenario. You can't leave the door open like that. And even though they didn't win the game, I think it's a big time problem that they started to show some life towards the end of that third period and came back and ended up losing 5-4, but got 3 goals in the third period. So I do think it'll be a little easier to store on Wall than Stolarz, but now you're coming back. I don't think they're going down 0-2 either, regardless of the fact that it's on the road. I think these games is kind of the ones, these are kind of the ones that the Panthers just saw us in being in. So I'm with you. Panthers on the ML.
Yeah, we'll tip cap if they go down 0-2, right?
Yeah.
I'm in.
A lot of caps tipped.
I'm in. Sure. We got a Turner Mac birthday in the chat. Let's go, Turner Mac.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Beast. Appreciate you, my man. Can we drop some happy birthdays for my guy Turner Mac? He's always in here larking. Great vibes. Again, I want to thank you guys for getting us 50K followers on Twitch yesterday, over 3K subbies on the Twitch yesterday. If you joined late, I got good news. We're going to do a 24-hour stream this weekend. We're going to split it up like you guys wanted. We're going to do 12 hours Friday from BTL through midnight, 12 hours on Saturday around lunchtime through midnight, 24-hour stream. We're getting involved. All right? Let's fucking go. Long overdue. Long overdue. You guys literally voted for this. We ran a poll in the chat about 3 weeks ago. I remember it. And you guys voted for the 2 12-hour streams.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear
you voted for the double barrels, man. We're just
I don't want to
doing
hear
what you guys wanted.
You guys literally voted for the dual wields. I will check the receipts.
Yeah.
I will check the
Plus,
receipts.
we were talking about this too and talking about it because Saturday morning there's fucking nothing. But the second we would end the 24-hour is when the whole slate would start between the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, and the entire MLB slate. So it kind of feels like a waste if we're not there sweating that, crafting for that, all that bullshit.
Right. The only con is that we will not be able to live sweat the KBO, but I promise you guys we will lab up KBO Friday night before we close out the first part of the stream. I promise. I promise. Okay? We'll get you labbed up. You guys can get tucked away in bed. You can wake up to some coins, and we'll fire up the stream again. Sounds like a win to me.
Also got Trent and Poker, too. Yeah, people forget about that.
We got Trent Poker. We're going to stream that as well.
Yep.
We're going to have that up on the stream so you guys can watch. We're going to sweat that puppy out on Saturday. Hype. We didn't want to leave that out either. And if we did it full 24 hours, we would have had to leave that out.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, Panda, I
slumped
got that
by
KBO
them.
model up and moving. Come on. Come on. I'm hype. We're going to have an absolute weekend, guys. Let's finish today strong, though, first. Okay, we got a lot of work to do left. Let's pull up the prize pick squares that we're taking today, Jovan. I'm going to have to lock these puppies in here soon.
Yeah, early ones. Good
Robbie
steam.
Ray. I know, and I feel bad, and typically this does not go very well, but the last couple of days, the early plays have been better, so let's hope we can keep that up. I'd rather have more confident angles, and if it's early cake, it's early cake, than, reaching for a play I feel less confident about later on today. I'll sleep at night better giving you guys my best squares, okay? And these are my best squares up there today. You guys know I'm a sucker for the pitcher squares. Knock on wood. Been doing pretty good so far this season. I got 2 more for you guys today. Robbie Ray, less than fantasy score. Maybe the weirdest looking square on Prize Picks today. Now he is facing a really good offense on the road. But like I said earlier, let's not forget Robbie Ray is undefeated this season. The Giants are undefeated in games he started in this season. That changes today. He's not getting a win. He's not getting a quality start. He's got a weird red 2.5 walks allowed square that I want to fade as well. But I'm going to encapsulate everything here. I'm going to expect him to get pulled a little bit earlier than typically, give up a couple more runs than he typically does. And he's not going to get his strikeouts either because that chart is extremely green. So whenever I see a bunch of squares for one pitcher that I want to fade all of them, I just take the less than fantasy score, and typically it works out, knock on wood. Okay? Merrill Kelly. What do I got to say about this one? I mean, Merrill Kelly in a game where this total is absolutely absurd. We already talked about it. Merrill Kelly, extremely red chart. The guy's been nails of late. Well, he's running into a buzzsaw today in Soto and co. They're getting going. They're putting up runs. Take this more than 2.5 earned runs allowed. Merrill Kelly's getting mucked up today, and this is helping us cash that over in the game as well.
Let's go.
Okay?
Huge.
We'll swing it around to your squares, and while you give the sell jobs, I will lock in and drop the link to the Sharp Report format. Okay?
Sure. Start with Jokic. I don't know where this one is going to actually end up by the time the game starts. It's been bouncing back between 8.5 and 9 all morning. I don't even know why I was getting up to 9 so many times before, but put 9 there because it's probably going to be there at some point. I will continue to do this. This is the same thing we did in the first series, Krabs. Whenever we have an absolute splooge of a Jokic game offensively with points, which he's got a 40 piece on 30 shots in the OKC game, last in game 1. I will gladly take him to facilitate the next game, same as we did in that first series against the Clippers, partially because not just you don't really get super aggressive Jokic multiple games in a row, but defensively, like the Thunder kind of just let him operate. And I think more so now, like they're going to push up on him in the free throw line a little bit and not let him get to his spots so close to the rim. They're probably going to use Hartenstein a little more aggressively in that fashion, which is what they tend to do against any center. It's obviously a little different when you have somebody as skilled as Jokic, but I think they're going to have to make some kind of adjustments because that's exactly how the Nuggets started to make their run and come back in that game and eventually finish it off. They were a little less aggressive on Jokic and super aggressive on Jamal Murray, which got the ball out of his hands, but he gave Jokic a lot of easy looks at the rim. Obviously, it was Curry too at some times. So I think the rest of the supporting cast is going to find their footing a little more. Kind of like, I don't want to say kind of like the Cavs last night because it all got fucked up a little bit because everybody didn't play and Donovan Mitchell still had a bunch, but the rest of the supporting cast got a lot more involved, even though Donovan Mitchell had damn near 50, I think, in that game. You could tell there was a noticeable difference, and I think there's going to be with Jokic in this game. Then Dollander, 2.5 earned runs, in cores, already touched on it a little bit. It's a lot of the reason why I like the over in the game. I think he can get this with home runs alone, to be honest with you. And the top of that lineup, I think, is going to give him big-time trouble if you're a guy who can't really miss any barrels and cores. And you got, in Dollander's case, a lot of lefties who find a lot of barrels. That's kind of a recipe for disaster. So I don't think this is going to be similar to the Braves start. I think this is going to be a lot more similar to what we've seen out of the Tigers offense for the last couple weeks when they've been seeing literal beach balls.
Well, I got a couple things for you. I mean, number one, let's fade the fuck out of Dollander. He's not getting away with it 2 starts in a row. Number 2, Jokic got bumped down to 8.5 assists, probably because maybe a little minimal juice movement on the books.
Yeah,
or something like that.
That's what I was saying. He was like minus 120, but was sitting at 9. So it's been bouncing back and forth. I don't know where it's going to be.
All good. And I already locked it in. I'm going to drop the link right here in the chat. No way we're saying Kobe Mayo over Dylan Cruz in the chat. Well, I guess that's what happens when he gets into a bases loaded double play. Is that what I'm seeing in the chat?
In all serious, so we need to stop giving Kobe Mayo MLB at bat so teams can stop seeing him so we can trade him.
Ooh.
Because he looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
The more he
Might
plays,
be
the
too late.
more his value goes down.
Never good goods.
Nope.
Never a good spot to be in. Okay. I dropped the link to the Sharp Report four-man in the chat. A couple other things I had while you were talking. Robbie Ray got bumped down 3 fantasy scores.
That's fat.
That's certainly not the right way to say it. Robbie Ray got
Okay.
bumped down 3 points on his fantasy score. Are you kidding me? That's so weird.
Okay.
That is so weird, dude.
Cubs might muck his chow.
Cubs are mucking. All right. We got JJ Mullally in the YouTube chat. He said, I'm watching a little delayed. Ain't no way this dude Krabs just cracked a V8 midstream. JJ, cheers, brother.
Yep. Also, for everybody bitching in chat about Coors weather, even Kevin Roth said it's going to be fine. Rain is supposed to end far before the game. So
you mean the Jesus Christ of weather?
Yeah, the only guy that is just consistently right about every weather, unlike everybody in chat every single day.
Love to see that guy on the Weather Channel or the news because those people suck at the weather.
Really
Looks
bad.
like Roth's got
Horrendous.
Roth hasn't figured out though.
Horrendous.
Wait, so what happened in the Nats game? Did Dylan Cruz hit into a bases loaded double play?
Yeah, right.
That inning. Oh,
Flew out the second, and then he had a line drive second, and then Jacob Young flew out. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, Dylan Cruz, all-time terrible hitter with runners in scoring position.
Can only get him up with an empty platter.
Never seen something like it. It's crazy. V8 in the big 2-5. What are we doing, man? You guys are geeking me today.
It's actually nuts.
You're geeking me. Yeah. Or it's genius. One of the two. All right, I'll drop the link to the Sharp Report four-man one more time. I know we got some bumps. Not ideal. Although you're getting a better number with Jokic right now. You're getting a way worse number with our guy, Robbie Ray. So we'll see what happens, but still very confident in fading Robbie Ray today and taking the Cubs on the ML. I didn't hear no bell. I still like it with the bump. Okay? JJ, Zach Hampel does not drink V8. We already went over this. He drinks Sody Pops. Okay? He's not drinking V8. He's drinking soda with Rav. Okay?
Literally. Him and Rav probably share a lot of drinks, watch the same shows. A lot of the same stuff there.
Yep. Dansby Swanson, most popular square today on the board, chat saying. Is that true?
Yeah, I did see him up there. He's been Barry. He's probably cake, but everybody else.
I think they got 8 other hitters in the lineup.
Yeah.
Good job.
Kyle Tuck.
Right. Kyle Tuck. Him. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. W Prize Pick Squares. Today's a big day. Today's a big day, Jovan. And not because I'm cracking V8s midstream. Today's a big day because we got your meat sheets back in action here.
Oh, sure.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Sure.
Sure we can. Let's talk about the important things. Can we get your meat sheet up and moving? And can you break it down for us a little bit? You don't got to spend too much time, but break it down. Let the people know what they're seeing. It's been a while. All right? Shake the rust off.
Has been a while. I updated it a little bit. Tried to get some different nugs in there. Kept whatever.
Look sharp.
Yeah, kept whatever I was told the people really wanted. So top half, I guess, is for teams. Some of like the best and worst numbers, like overall offense wise and strikeout wise for all of these lineups. So like pertinent to you, like the Cubs have been demolishing left-hand pitching, which is up there. And then on the other side, they have not been striking out against left-handed pitching. So kind of creates a really good matchup for Robbie Ray. But other than that, still like the normal stuff you'd expect, I guess, to be up there. The Rockies and Angels strike out a shit ton. Shocker. The Mariners are crushing righties. The Dodgers are crushing righties, and they get a fucking horrible one today. And the D-backs are still crushing righties, and they get a really good one today to see how that plays out. So a lot of the stuff you'd normally expect, and then bottom stuff is just all of that compiled into what I guess for the matchups equates for like the best players, like the lefties. And I use some discretion on this. It's not just like super blind, but the lefties against Dolander, Riley Green, and Kerry Carp. I know a lot of people are on Carp today. I like Riley Green a lot better, but I think both of them have really good matchups. Belozo is a really bad reverse split righty who gets to see the Dodgers today. Will Smith, I think, could be a part of it. Viento's not playing, so watch that. But Cannon, same deal, reverse split righty. Not much strikeouts in the entire Royals lineup, as you can see, but for Bobby Witt, guys like this, he's just been printing against if he hasn't been really anybody on the mound. So these are guys I just woke up, crust these out, make the most sense, I guess, period. Then your home run guys, of course, are always going to be there.
Hell yeah. We got Dre Day in the Twitch chat asking if he could see all of our plays. Just got off work. W. Dre. We do have the plays going across the bottom ticker there in the orange. Excuse me. So if you want to see our plays from the Sharp Report, they are going across the bottom ticker there in the orange. Okay. And yes, I am seeing Soroka up there struggling right now. That's okay. That's okay. K-Bird's going out there to talk to him.
Yeah,
settle down,
had
Soroka.
Had a pretty good start so far. Even if it falls
settle
apart,
down, Soroka.
Gotta give him some credit.
Throw us a ground ball here. Come on. We got Coastal KC coming in resubbing. Let's go, Coastal KC. Sure we can. Coastal KC, no way Trent owes you PP coins still. Are you kidding me?
I'm sure, Trent.
Coastal KC, bro. DM me right now on X. DM me right now on X. I'll be waiting. Also, shout out Yay Lads. Can we talk about Yay Lads for a second here?
Splooshing.
Yay Lads, I believe, dropped 50 subbies during TMA. Oh, no, actually, I'm wrong. 51 subbies.
51 piece.
People forget that. Can we clap it up for Yay Lads getting involved, dropping Mikey some much-earned, much-deserved subbies earlier today? Let's fucking go, Yay Lads. 51 subbies at one time? Are you kidding me? You are goated, bro. Thank you so much.
Love that you gave that to Mikey and not to Trent. It's huge. Really big.
Oh, 100%.
Love that.
100%. Let's go, Mike. Sure we can. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving here, gents. Where are we heading right now, Goodsy? You want to talk about the rest of the MLB slate? Rest of the MLB games here. And a bases clearing double for the Guardians, it looks like.
GG Soroka.
Well, it's still better than your pitchers, Goods.
Including Chuck Morton on the mound today.
How many runs has he given up today, Goods?
I don't know if I deserve that. Probably 7. That's my guess.
7?
Yep.
Does he have any squares up on Prize Picks?
If he does, Prize Picks is crazy because they're free as ma.
Yeah, he's being gate capped pretty heavy.
Yeah, he only has a Goblin 1.5 earned run square. He's got a couple Goblin squares, a Demon hits allowed. Interesting selection of squares for Uncle Charlie up there, Goots. Huh. God damn it, man. I did jinx Soroka and I took my anger out on Goots. What am I doing, man? Yelling at Goots for Uncle Charlie. It's not his fault he's on the team. He hates him just as much as I do.
Might be Goots' fault he's on team.
Might be a little bit of Goots' fault. Okay. Yeah, Orioles are unbettable. I needed a reminder from my two goats earlier today, chat. Jovan and Goots, they pulled me to the side in the pre-show call. They said, Krabs, you got to take a seat. No more Orioles. Take a breath. No more O's. It's better for everybody. It's better for the O's. It's better for my bank account. It's better for Goots. It's just better for the world. No more O's. Staying off. They do not deserve the coins. I've been trying to get cute, trying to take them. I took them last night, first 5 plus a half. What are we doing? They stink. We got Worst Up EU coming in, resubbing as well for 21 months. Let's fucking go, dudes. Sure we can. Jovan, any thoughts on Morton versus Woods Richardson? Total's actually moving down. So riddle me that one.
Yeah, couldn't tell you how. I will say, the one thing I will say about the O's, if you've noticed, Hunter Green's not the only one, but a lot of these pitchers that are barrel machine, fly ball guys, they've actually done somewhat well against. So, like, I wouldn't be shocked if they did take this one, but if I'm backing Charlie Morton, obviously keep me far, far away.
Yep. What about the late night game tonight? Really the only one we got going on late night past 9 p.m. Eastern. Toronto, LA. You got any thoughts on Berrios, Kikuchi?
Yeah, that game kind of stinks. Those are two pitchers that are, I guess, just the most frustrating guys to try and figure out time and time again, because you've seen them at their worst where they're Charlie Morton bad, but sometimes you get them at their best where they're Cy. There's probably runs coming in the back half of this game like there was yesterday, but maybe in a little different fashion. The bullpen, like Billy's saying, the Jays bullpen is just in shambles right now. It's been really bad, super taxed. You saw it last night when they exploded. But the Angels bullpen isn't that much better. They're a little better rest wise in that spot, but I could see this being maybe one of these guys goes out and shoves a little more than people think is going to happen today, and maybe that's Barrios. I don't really know, even though he's relatively popular today. But the back end of this game just feels like it's going to get nuts.
Prize Pick Squares say Barrios has a good start. Kikuchi might pitch a little bit longer than people expect, but he's given up at least 3 runs, and he's not going to be as good as Barrios. I kind of like Toronto in this game. Toronto's coming in off of 3 straight L's. The Angels have won 2 of their last 3. I feel like this is one of those nasty spots. You can back the better squad and back Toronto off a 3-game losing streak here. Now, I will say Toronto's fake sharp all the fucking time. I might get involved. I might end up getting involved with Toronto tonight, depending on how the other earlier plays go.
I will say, It feels like when the Jays offense actually shows up, it is like always really early. Feels like whenever they splooge, and I think they can score some runs in the back end off the bullpen too, like I was talking about, but they show up early in these games. And same goes for Kikuchi when he gives up runs. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would not be surprised if this is
Springer hit a nuke last
yeah.
run.
If this is the Jays game, like you're probably going to see some very early splooging.
Yep. Imagine Trip Meister if the Nationals had any serviceable arms in the bullpen. They would be over 500. They'd be probably penciled into a playoff wildcard spot right now. Instead, we got fucking Lopez going out there hitting people, just dog shit. Terrible.
Really bad.
Absolutely terrible.
Really bad.
Blue Jays first 5 ML, Tate and Trousers says, yeah, I don't hate that play. It probably is the Blue Jays first 5 ML, and considering it's a pretty popular, sharp play today, they probably do end up winning the first 5, and then maybe they blow it late, right? Wouldn't that be something? Although the Angels bullpen is statistically the worst in baseball. So
yeah, it's awful. And I guess maybe not after today, because the Nats are probably taking their spot if they don't get this together right here.
Now Keiko Ruiz is hurt.
I forgot to mention something. I didn't get Ryan McMahon yesterday because that game got rained out, so we'll do a little dinger Wednesday.
There you go, good.
There you go.
Warnick is taking Charlie Morton deep.
Wow. No way you're giving Twins, Goots.
Sorry, had to be done. I mean, he's the worst pitcher on the mound today. Got to target that, all right? I don't make the rules.
Lock in that Orioles under, chat. That shit's hitting.
Unbelievable from Goots.
This total might drop to 8.5. Why is it dropping so low?
I do think part of it's weather.
Okay.
So I think it's wind blowing in pretty hard. I believe that was what I saw on the Roth report there for this game.
Yep.
But yeah, it's still pretty crazy.
Coming off a 9-1 game last night. The total in this game with 2 terrible pitchers. Terrible.
Yeah.
Is lower and dropping. Weird. Like a reverse Mets overline today, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn, I don't know if I can get there, but it's looking at me funny. Okay. Well, are there any other baseball games you want to talk about or bring up before we look at some of the playoffs?
I would love an unbiased look at the Rays game from you.
Yep.
Because I am shocked. I know Baz has been good, but this is the Rays both playing in Tampa and playing against a lefty. That minus 140 looks... I was fully prepared to come in both of these games today and tomorrow and auto fade. Minus 140. And the fact that it was even shorter to open is scaring the fuck out of me. That feels like the easiest line on the board. And I'm not even looking to take the Rays because I don't want to. I want to take the Phillies, but that looks incredibly easy.
Well, the squares for Sanchez look pretty good. Like he's going to have a pretty good day. Baz is coming off a terrible outing, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
-1 fantasy points.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. 7 earned runs.
It was pretty bad. It wasn't all his fault though. He kind of got
Okay.
Some of those should have been unearned runs.
Okay. I mean, his fantasy score is 30.5 against a really good Phillies team that hit 3 home runs or 4 home runs yesterday and scored a bunch of runs. So I'll tell you what I'm feeling in this game. It's the under in this one too, just like that O's game. I kind of like these. And maybe it is a little square. I mean, Baz and Sanchez are 2 respected arms. Baz is coming off a bad start. Could be a good time to back him, to be honest with you. And Sanchez squares make it seem like he's going to pitch pretty well today. I do agree with you that The Phillies probably should have opened up a little bit more of a, favorite, but I don't know. Maybe the Rays are getting some line respect. I don't really know why, but it kind of looks like they are. I still think the Phillies win this game, but I'd much rather go with the under after talking through it.
Yeah.
Lean Phillies might play the under in this game.
Sure. Everything in fan brain, and I think every Rays fan will tell you that right now, they are one of the worst teams I've ever seen against lefties, which is why, like, you get Sanchez today, Luzardo tomorrow. I was expecting a lot more line disrespect because it doesn't look like they have a pulse, but I don't know. Something looks off about this game. And again, this is coming from someone who was very prepared to square up and take the Phillies in every form and fashion in these two games.
Yeah. And the Nats are fucked. I'm closing the game.
Beach.
C-Dot, that's on you for not taking him first 5, brother. That's on you. I've been screaming it every day. Nats first 5. Their bullpen's that bad. It's costing us a playoff spot this year. And we did. All right. There we go. Gosh, darn it. Oh, you double dip C-Dot? Well, there you go. Hey, you're breaking one of the 10 commandments. One day I'm going to write a book. Only one bet per game. It's the only chance you got. If you're taking multiple bets in one game, you're not fucking winning shit. All right. Jovan, I want to talk about the playoffs a little bit here. Can we pull up Pickett Pro, Pickett Pro? And let's take a peep at the NBA real quick, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I want to go look at the association. We can take a look at these 2 games tonight because I want your thoughts, Jovan. I mean, you got the Celtics who lost game 1. They blew that game. Unbelievable. Shout out Jalen Brunson. Shout out Mikey. And then you got OKC who did the same thing, giving up Aaron Gordon threes to lose a game. 2 of the weirder games I've seen in a while. Weirdly awesome, though. Dogs are barking. So many dogs are barking in the NBA. Not ideal for me, a guy who likes to bet on dogs, right? And I really don't want to go back to the dogs, but it's also not as easy as just putting both these favorites together in an ML parlay and making coins, right? It can't be. And people are going to try to do that today. So, Jovan, I want your thoughts. We can start with the Knicks and Celtics game. Do you think Jalen Brunson is just magical and he just gets another one here? Or do you think you see the Celtics bounce back and they're catching steam and you think they end up routing the Knicks here?
I wouldn't be shocked. I can tell, though, this is already similar to like yesterday with the Cavs prior to the injuries, I guess. But that was everybody's favorite bounce back spot. This one makes a lot of sense, being that the Celtics missed 45 threes and still only lost by 3 in overtime. And that was with also Kristaps Porzingis, which is, one of the biggest potential matchup breakers in the series, not playing for a majority of the game because he was sick. So like now I think he's going to be back and somewhat fine, but you're also not going to miss 45 threes again. I think they're going to win this game, but I don't know if they cover. I think it could be close still.
Okay. Maybe a win, no cover. You see Brunson, the Knicks fight back late, maybe keep it within single digits, but you're not seeing the Celtics dropping 2 in a row. Okay.
Probably not. No.
All right. Let's peep the splits on game 2 tonight, Denver and OKC. Maybe this is where you think a dog could bark a little bit more if you're backing Jokic assists. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Nuggets? No line movement in this one yet, just sitting at 10.5 the whole time.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets cover.
Okay.
With that.
All right.
I don't know. It's just the Nuggets continually get disrespected, and I get why. I mean, coming into the postseason, you had no coach. It looked like a dead scenario. Not only did everybody think that the Clippers were going to walk over them, in reality, they're walking over Social Security checks. So that team's old as shit and terrible. But obviously, game 1, people thought the Thunder were going to walk all over them because the trend, I don't know, with all the teams on rest coming against teams that are in game 7s, everybody loved that. Then they all fucking lost. So now coming to this is probably the dog I'd feel a little bit better about because they're the team that's going to be the subject of some adjustments, but I think those adjustments are going to be Jokic facilitating a little more, which the secondary options right now for, I guess, the Nuggets are a little questionable because one of those is Michael Porter because he's a little banged up, but Aaron Gordon's been fantastic and he's proven himself already to be a big part of this matchup. Christian Brown, I think, is probably going to have a little bigger role in this game. So I think the only adjustment they have available is to take Jokic away from scoring, but I don't think that really works. We found that out time and time again. So I think that's another game that I think will be close too.
Okay. Goots, do you mind showing us the splits in that game? We have not transitioned yet. If that's possible. Can we take a peep at the Nuggets and OKC Splittersons? Wow. Okay. I was not expecting that. I thought we were going to see less bets on the dog in this game.
A lot
we're
of
actually
points
seeing
off the
a
win,
lot.
Krabs.
Yeah. But in my brain, or trying to turn my square brain on, and maybe that's why I'm wrong because I stink at this, I would have thought that people are thinking no fucking shot. A coachless Nuggets team in a down year wins 2 in a row against OKC, the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's what my square fake brain was thinking.
Well, here's probably what it
clearly I'm
is.
wrong.
I think you'll hear not many people tell you that they're going up 2-0, but a lot of
Yep.
people will say 10.5 points is a lot.
Okay. Favorite play in these 2 games, Nuggets spread plus 10.5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Adrian Martinez is gassing you up in the Twitch. He says he's going to buy you a beer. Ball.
I guess
Realistic.
a Nuggets fan.
He rides with you. Sure.
Has to be a Nuggets fan.
He might be a Nuggets fan. Minus 1,000. Yep. And OG Sauer immediately comes in saying OKC get a steamroll.
I believe OG Sauer did say that in game 1 too. So we'll see.
Ooh. Okay. Doubling down. He did not hear no bell. Okay. W Pickett Pro, if you don't mind, Goots, can we scroll down? I want to see what some of the popular plays are today in this game. Some of the players that are being taken. Some of the plays that are being taken. Okay. Some Nuggets. Some OKC ML, though, as well. Scroll up a little bit, Goots. I want to look at some of those players. Yep. SGA, Shocker, Chet, Shocker, Russ. Sure.
Look at that second quarter spread plus 3.5. 1,600 people on that. Interesting.
Oh,
Dude, what are we taking?
Pickett Pro is so sick
for?
If I didn't, love the fact of being right and coming up with my own plays and spoon feeding you guys winners and then it cashes, and the euphoric feeling that provides, I could just go on Pickett Pro and fade all these fucking popular plays and make coins. Straight up. If I needed to conserve time, bless these people's hearts who are logging these in, but come on. You fade these plays, you're making coins, right? We don't talk about this enough. Let's go Pickett Pro.
It's kind of crazy.
Provide some W fade material. Okay.
We also need Trent's SGA POD.
Oh yeah, we do.
So I'm not letting it squeak that even though he ended up hitting his PA, he had, I think, 7 rebounds at halftime. I don't know how many he ended up with, but he went PA and he was legit Dennis Rodman. So I need that. I'm not letting that squeak by.
He said points.
We're laddering assists. I'm taking RAs.
2 words, chat. Points.
RAs.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's move. Let's groove. I want to spend a couple extra minutes on the squad ride today. We've lost 2 in a row. That has to stop. That ends tonight. We're smacking one. Gootsy, if you don't mind. Run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. Panthers money line.
Just starting it off like that, huh, Krabs?
Just cutting the shit, getting right to the chase here. We're going to spend some time crafting up some other plays, but I feel like we can get this one out of the way. Panthers money line.
Sure.
Consensus play. Okay? Consensus play. Panthers on the ML on the ice, chat. I'm not talking about Bryce Young. I'm talking about the ice. All right? I'd love to give some early plays. I love these early plays, but it typically never goes well. And I know you guys want some time to tail, especially people on the feed. So we typically stay away from the earlier starts. Sucks because 2 of my favorite plays today, although we're probably not putting the Cubs minus 160 in here anyways. It's super juicy. And the over in this Mets game. I'm also okay with just leaving the over out of that after how the overs have treated us of late. So we could come back to that Mets over if need be. But let's take a peep at some of these other angles that we've talked about so far today. I like the under in the Rays game. I love your Braves play that you talked about. I like the under in the Twins game. I do like your over in Coors. It's still an over in Coors, though. And it gives me PTSD, but
I don't know if we've earned that one. I'll be honest.
I don't
as
think
much as
we
I
have,
love the play.
You hit the nail on the head. Could not have said it better myself. We have not earned that yet. Not after 2 squad ride outs. Okay. I like Toronto late night as well. I wish I'd dig more into that one before the stream. I'm going to put that one on the sharp report. Good looking play there with Toronto ML. So we got some options. There's also some plays in the association that we could take as well, Jovan. Where is your head at? What's the second play you want to put in this poll?
Well, if it's not the core's over, which I'm fine with keeping that out, of course. It's probably Grant Holmes minus 120 against Hunter Green Krabs.
Okay. Keeping it simple. Fading our guy, Hunter Green. I'm so in. So in. Okay. We're putting that puppy in there. So right now we got 2 winners. Are there any other plays that we're feeling extremely confident about on a Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah,
A couple others that we've talked about or brought up.
We had so little options looking through.
I know. We're making the best with what we got. Okay. Let's go, Matt Gauthier. Appreciate the vibes, my man. No better way to start out the day than West Coast BTL. Hell yeah. And if you guys missed any of the BTL already, you know what to do. You go to the YouTube, you go back and rewatch, and you drop a like, and you make sure you're subscribed because it's free. Thank you, guys. It helps more than you know. We're almost at 15K subbies on the YouTube. All right? Get us to 15K subbies over there. It's free to sub on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. I do have the YouTube chat up as well. Okay? LC likes the Rangers over. Yeah, I like that too, although I thought that was some line respect for Tanner Hoke. Although I really just don't like betting on that guy because I think he gets mucked up every single start.
Yeah. We just backed him in his last start too, right?
Yeah, we backed him recently at least. I don't know if it was the last one or the one before, but
yeah,
we did. We did.
It was. That was the game the Red Sox blew super late.
Yeah.
But Houck threw a gem.
You're right. You're right.
I have a rare
about the
play
stars
of the
on the
month
ice?
on Prize Picks. Is that Trent?
Whoa. Do you like the stars on the ice against Winnipeg or no?
I like them, don't love them. I mean, I don't want to take both road favorites, even though they're a lot shorter. I like the stars in the series, but I really hate riding the momentum, especially into game one, because this honestly feels like Panthers Leafs game one, where don't really care for the Jets in the series, but after a dominant series at times and a surprising one, it wasn't quite as dominant as the Panthers, but obviously went to 7. Nobody expected the Stars to win. Now everybody's hopping on. Game one on the road at Winnipeg is tough.
Yeah, maybe we stick to one hockey play, although I do like it. I do like it. And people in chat are trying to sway me. Stars haven't won a game one in the playoffs since 2019. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it is. It is their thing to be awful.
That's crazy. And they're catching steam. That's super weird. All right. Well, we can stay off of it since we already have a hockey play we probably like better in there anyways. So let's keep it to 2 plays, 2 winners. Unless you're absolutely in love with the Denver Nuggets and have to have them in here, I'd say we go 2 plays, 2 winners.
I'd save that. If it was on the Sharp Report of that level of confidence, I'd push it in there, but it's not.
Okay. Gucci, if you don't mind, 2-minute poll if that's possible. W squad ride, 2 plays, 2 winners, quality over quantity. Can we get back in the win column, please, after 2 straight L's in the squad rides? Unacceptable. You guys come here for a fucking squad ride W every single day. We have not provided it the last 2 days. Let's bounce back today. Let's get the right votes in. Let's click the right buttons. But these are 2 winners for you guys. You got one on the ice and one on a diamond. Fade and Hunter Green. And back into Panthers to not go down 0-2. All right. 2 plays, 2 winners. Get involved. Panthers ML and Braves ML. Squad rides. Look, guys, we were not doing too well earlier this year for the squad rides. We are now 41, 43, and 1 in 2025. Still unacceptable. Not good enough. I know we got back to 500 a couple days ago. That's great. That's cool. W's, but we got a lot more work to do here, gents. But let's not forget that the squad ride is still a wagon long term. Tail responsibly, knock on wood. It is 345, 282, and 15. Okay, 345, 282, and 15 all time. All right, ups and downs, ebbs and flows. We're getting on a hot streak starting today. All right, that's all I know. Get those votes in. You got 1 minute. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Panthers money line, Braves money line. Get those votes in. Get involved. Need a W today. Yes, we do. All right. We ride. We ride. Jovan, who are you voting for, my man?
Vote for the Braves.
Wow. You prefer the Braves. I knew you were getting some weird vibes about the Panthers, and you just didn't want to say it.
No, I'm not getting any weird vibes. I feel great about the Panthers, Krabs. And this isn't even a Hunter Green thing, like necessarily, but
yep.
Yeah, it might be the V8, but it's also fading guys off of legacy performances where they pitch 114 pitches, whether that's Hunter Green or any other pitcher. I love fading that regardless. It's always going to be top of my head.
Well, they want the consensus quake on the ice. You know what? The Braves can be an unofficial squad route on the diamond because I love that too, and I'm tailing it. Okay? W play.
Sure.
We'll be fading Hunter Green, whether it wins the squad route or not, Jovan. Don't you worry. Okay? But we're taking the Panthers on the ML on the ice tonight. W play, W vibes, W stream today. Thank you for all the subbies. Okay? W Mikey as well, killing it as always this morning, getting all those subbies, getting the vibes up, starting the day right. And Trent is about to come up here and host a third stream. So you guys get ready to pitch him a winner. Help him out, help him cash today. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow.